Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. So yes, I'm here sat in my car, but do you know what? I quite like the space that it gives me to be able to get my points across doing some of the videos from just sat in my car. It's a nice small space. I can kind of speak to all of you, and I quite like this format, just being able to speak when I feel as though I should be explaining some of my experiences here in Russia since I've moved 2 years ago. And just on the back of that, the videos I've put out lately have done rather well. So it seems as though this format is working well. And also people following us on Telegram as well, which is great because we can obviously carry on some of the conversations in the Telegram away from just the basic comments in the YouTube comments. But it's also, a thanks to the community for engaging, because it really helps me to want to make more videos again of my experience here since I've moved to Russia with my family. So as the title has said, my Russian language. The reason why I wanted to do this video was I've had quite a few comments and also quite a few interactions with my day-to-day life here in Russia with some family members and also some kind of Yuliya's acquaintances and things like that when we've got together. It's the first question on everyone's minds is how is Martyn getting by in Russia? Okay, my Russian is limited. I can't deny that. I am learning. For those of you who are commenting, I must learn the language. I'm learning in my own time. I do believe, sorry, I've just gone off kind of the point I was making, but I do believe the Russian language is very, very important here, but I am learning in my own time. But just back to the point I was making, first question I get is how can Martyn kind of survive in Russia with not being able to speak or converse that great, really, to be honest. But I will say you can get by with limited Russian. I'm going to say, please learn Russian if you're thinking about coming to Russia, especially on the back of the new government decree that's gone out to make visas hopefully a little bit easier for people that are wanting to come to Russia. By no means, I'm not saying my channel is not about like kind of encouraging or saying, move to Russia now, It's completely your decision. It's up to you. Everybody maybe wants to make the move for a different reason. Come and visit Russia first before you make any big decisions of moving here. So I just want to kind of be a little bit careful of that. I'm not, kind of going down that route. It's, move to Russia now, but it's kind of my experience and how I'm getting on here in Russia with a limited kind of vocabulary of Russian. My vocabulary is kind of increasing on a daily basis, weekly basis. I'm still a little bit shy to speak that much Russian on camera at the moment until I feel as though I want to be where I am with my kind of language. It's amazing to see how my children have improved over the 2 years with their Russian language. They're pretty much fluent in Russian, and that's mainly down to going to school and interacting with obviously Russian children in school and the teachers, and so thank you to all of that. But just back to the question again, people find it really strange that I can get by in Russia. They're like, even things like, how can he go to the shop? How can he go buy food? How can he drive down the road in this country? But it's the same as every other country. Yes, it's not an English speaking country, but it's not the first non-English speaking country I've been to in my life. I've been to many countries around the world, but it's general day-to-day things, that you can get by with basic Russians, you please, you thank yous, you know, in shops, how much is it, little things like that. But even with no kind of Russian, you know, you can walk into a shop, get your groceries, and you can obviously pay for them and yeah, live your life on a daily basis, kind of like that. And so the general things, yeah, it's the same as everywhere else. Most of the time you don't really have to communicate anyway. So yeah, normal day-to-day things are easy. It's the same everywhere. The only kind of frustration I do find with not being able to converse, so with like neighbours or when we have friends or family round, it's not being able to get into those deep, meaningful kind of conversations without having maybe Yuliya kind of translate, can't even speak English here, so translate, or you know, reaching for Google Translate when say Yuliya's not involved in the conversation or something like that. That is the only frustration. I will say it's kind of having those deep kind of conversations that you're used to with your native language. So but you know, this by no means is trying to put people off either. I'm proof that you can be happy, you can get on with your day-to-day things. More of the important things, like any you know, government documents, going to the docs, things like that, obviously you'll need kind of translating. But even if you are not lucky enough, like myself, before the comments go wild with, oh yeah, it's easy for you, you've got a Russian speaking wife. But you know, there are other people that have made the move who haven't. There's quite a lot of YouTube channels out there that show that. And yeah, there are ways, you know, you can pay for translators or solicitors, you know, when you want to do important documents. Yes, that is an extra cost, but obviously you have to factor that in if you are thinking about, you know, moving to Russia. But you can make it happen. You can kind of get by. Not kind of, you can get by and be happy, especially when you're in your kind of environment with your family. You just do you use your day-to-day things, like, you know, looking after your children, you know, going for walks, recreational things. You know, it's all exactly the same. It's not like it's some alien place we've kind of all come to. The one thing I can do better is, since I've been here, is read better, and I understand the words now that I'm reading. I'm just not super confident to kind of get in those conversations and speak as much Russian as I want to sometimes, but I'm improving on that on a daily basis. But yeah, so on the back of that, I think understanding the alphabet is very, very important. Yeah, it's a little bit weird when you first get here and you see kind of a lot of the signs and shops and things like that in Russian, but until you understand kind of the basics of the alphabet, you soon pick that up and it just becomes normal. You get to know what kind of different brands are and things like that, and just, you know, day-to-day kind of things you see, you know, you generally do get better, whether you're on, I don't know, something like ozone or wild berries. You can understand some of the basics on there as you kind of improve and you get used to it. So it's not 100% essential to be fluent in Russian, but it is obviously very, very beneficial. But yeah, by no means, it doesn't mean you're not going to enjoy either visiting or being here in Russia as well. So yeah, it's kind of, I just wanted to get that off my chest and just really say, you know, I'm learning in my own time. Yeah, and obviously other people can do it as well. So let's watch this space. Let's see how my Russian improves over the next 12 months or so as well. And yeah, let's look forward to me making more videos kind of in this format, and I will continue to obviously show you anything exciting we do, as I usually do in the videos. I'll try and get obviously George and Gordon involved, because that video did seem to go down very, very well. Just seeing how they've bloomed and how happy they are being here with us all in Russia. So yeah, thank you for watching. Just remember to like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video.